The morning peacefulness shattered as a black SUV stopped short at my property's edge, its doors crashing open with sufficient force to break the frame. A woman with sleek dark hair in a jagged pixie cut stormed out, her face contorted in anger, designer shades worn like a tiara. "What the hell are you doing?" she bellowed, racing toward my new fence and pristine sneakers. I stood firm, tool belt on, deed in hand. "You can't do this," she shrieked, her voice spiking so high it sent squirrels scurrying. "This is community land. This trail's been here for 20 years. I breathed, keeping calm. "Morning to you too," I said. "Actually county records, and my deeds say this is mine. Always has been." I held out the document, but she waved the air, drawing out her phone and stabbing at it. "I'm calling an emergency HOA meeting. Spat. I'm Vanessa Halt, president of Green Valley HOA, and you don't understand how things work. That fence comes down, or you're fined every day." I nodded toward my no trespassing sign, nailed new to the post. "I do know how private property works. Step off mine." Vanessa glared as if I burned her world. "You're making a massive error," she hissed, storming back toward her SUV. "You don't know who you're messing with." As her tires squealed away, I hammered in the final nail into the fence, harder than it was necessary to. This wasn't done. It was war. I'm Nate Collins, and I had relocated to Green Valley 3 months prior in pursuit of quiet. After decades in the city, my 5 acres surrounded by woods and a creek looked ideal. I knew there was a pain, but my property bordered the outskirts, so I thought they'd leave me be. "The seller," a nervous man said. Neighbors would occasionally cut across the back, downplaying it with a nervous laugh. I should have caught his rush to sell the fast deal before the next HOA meeting. His wishy watch out for the neighbors at closing red flags blown off. The first weeks were heaven. I unpacked, set up my office facing the forest, and planned a deck by the creek for hot days. But in week 3, reality set in. Sipping coffee on my porch, I saw a jogger run through my yard 20 feet from me. Then a family with a lab, the dog smelling my boots before they waved, like it was no big thing. By day's end, I tallied 22 people, hikers, bikers, families stropping a scuffed path through my land, concealed from the house by a rise, and sneaky bushes I now realized were planted to conceal it. The trail connected the subdivision to a park a half-mile distant, shaving 10 minutes from a detour. At first, I kept silent, new, and cautious of issues. But the intrusions increased. Dogs off the leash, litter scattered, children tearing up my flowers wild. My action verified no easements existed. The seller had just allowed it to pass so as not to fight. I eyed the traffic for days, taking pictures, observing peak hours. People flashed headlamps at night, treating my property like a public road. Dog dung accumulated, picnickers left rubbish, and one guy even screamed when I told him to leave. My realtor conceded after a pause, a cryptic disclosure hidden in fine print. "Neighbors will sometimes cross southern lot," a conscious falsehood. At the county office, a clerk named Doris, a 30-year veteran, cite over my maps. Developers promise park access, then elude legal easements, hoping owners won't mind. I attempted diplomacy, polite signs asking people to detour. They were destroyed. I stood outside telling them it was private land. Some apologized, others made fun. "We've used this forever." Vanessa's husband. Greg smirked. "Good luck, rookie." I mapped an alternate route, adding only 2 minutes, and offered to clear brush and fun signs. If the HOA agreed, I posted waterproof maps and a friendly note. Within hours, they were ripped up, stuffed in my mailbox with a scrolled "No way." Vanessa's handwriting matched HOA forms. I talked to neighbors. An older couple was appalled. Vanessa swore it was a community trail. Another confessed, "I checked records when I constructed my Fencino trail rights." At one HOA meeting, I begged cooperation. Vanessa at the board table cut me off. "That trail's a tradition, people purchase here for it." I referenced my deed, but she dismissed me to discuss another subject. In the lot, a retired attorney, Henry, whispered, "Vanessa made that trail her legacy, lying about its status. The previous owner battled her and lost his children, got ostracized." He added, "Document everything. She plays dirty." She did. A surprise inspection came from Vanessa's group, citing several violations. Another cited my butterfly garden as unauthorized, despite HOA eco-regulations. I documented all claims, photographing ridiculousness, unmarked, HOA trucks drove by, and a guy measuring my bushes ran when caught claiming a bogus greenery committee. Invitations disappeared. Children were yanked away from me. Deliveries stopped. Adrift. Vanessa's internet entry characterized me as a selfish stranger, slaughtering customs, urging neighbors to shame me. Comments multiplied. I'll make him regret it, teach him a lesson. My phone number was leaked, fueling late-night hang-ups and threats. One call from a voice sounding like Greg's hissed, "Cameras don't capture everything. Fences incinerate, houses too." I called police, who shrugged. HOA battles get ugly. Get cameras. Keep records. A deputy showed up, accusing illegal building. I produced permits. He recommended cameras. I had installed them. Snagging a board member conspiring to destroy my fence, and someone attempting to break my gate's lock. Graffiti surfaced public path. I preserved all of the clips. Vanessa filed a county complaint, alleging my fence had no permits and damaged wetlands. Inspectors, led by Paul, a detail-oriented planner, verified my fence was lawful and on my property. Paul dug deeper. Discovering the trail was a discarded developer scheme never approved because of environmental issues. He wrote previous owners had fought trespassing but buckled under pressure. "You're the first to stand your ground," he said. Taking pictures of my fence vandalism and notices for county records, I lost it. My lawyer Claire, a property law shark, wrote a candice to Vanessa and the HOA, enumerating harassment, false violations, and vandalism. She filed state HOA complaints, sheriff reports on threats, and prepared a lawsuit for defamation and distress. Claire assisted me, sending a level-headed letter to all residents with deed evidence, and my desire for peace, refer complaints to her. The notices ceased, online assaults disappeared. A board member gave me a note. "Not everyone supports Vanessa special meeting Thursday. Come." The meeting revealed Vanessa's frauds. An audit disclosed she diverted HOA funds $12,500 for trail maintenance, constructed her pergola, $18,000 for security, wired her allies' homes, and the reserve fund intended for emergencies fell 70% traceable to her cousin's company. Residents told horror stories. An old man fined while his wife was ill, a family bullied for a shed. Vanessa deflected, but her supporters jumped in. A no-confidence vote threw her out. She accused me, fuming. "This is his fault." Henry stood. "No, Vanessa. You treated this place like your empire. He just exposed it." The new board, headed by Ellen, a past principal, introduced openness, open forums, transparent budgets, no fines. Offenses against me were dropped with an apology. Neighbors offered wine, admitting they thought Vanessa's fibs due to fear. A group suggested a new path along my boundary, with HOA money, for signs I was in agreement, working to plan a path which respected my privacy. One critic apologized. "You didn't just repair the path, you liberated us." Vanessa's residence went on the market. Word was she escaped to Aritzio Hoa. The new path opened, lined with my bee-friendly flowers. A family stopped children tallying monarchs. "The new trails improve," the dad said. "Everyone tells me that you rescued us." My fence stood marking bounds, not division.